Greetings to all the lovely ladies and gentlemen out there. I'm your host, the ProGent, and today I'm joining a historically accurate samurai biker gang. What's that? My producer informs me that samurai did not, in fact, ride motorcycles during the Sengoku era. Or indeed any other era. But who cares? Get your guns on! Sengoku Basara is a crowd-fighting action game series created by Capcom in 2005. In the same vein as the Dynasty and Samurai Warriors series by Tecmo Koei, you play as a series of excessively exaggerated historical figures of the Sengoku era of Japan, playing out each character's story until you learn the bigger picture of the combined plots. It's kind of like if NetherRealm Studios made a game where you played as an 8-foot-tall George Washington wielding a giant chopped-down cherry tree to fight Abe Lincoln and his machine gun hat. The series was brought to America initially under the name Devil Kings with a severely different plot and character names, and it wasn't until the release of Sengoku Basara 3 in 2010 that Americans really got a taste of what the series was meant to be like. However, a year prior to Basara 3, we were graced with an anime adaptation of the first game of the series, Sengoku Basara Samurai Kings. And boy, is it ever one of the coolest action anime I've ever had the pleasure of watching. Our characters include a ridiculously min-maxed fighter build, a ridiculously min-maxed fighter build, Taki from Soul Calibur, a ridiculously min-maxed fighter build, the one idiot who rolled samurai, and the devil. There are way more characters than this, but my producer's already upset that he had to do a 13-minute episode last time, so let's move on. Samurai Kings follows the same overarching plot of the first game of the series, the rivalry between Date Masamune and Sanada Yukimura, and their growth as warriors. Masamune is a young warlord from the northern region of Oshu, and seeks to throw his kabuto into the ring to conquer Japan. Yukimura is one of the most powerful samurai in the service of Takeda Shingen, and the two have a very humorous lord-servant relationship. During an attack on the army of Uesugi Kenshin, Yukimura and Masamune end up clashing blades and finding a mutual desire to best each other. This follows along the same lines as the game, as Masamune and Yukimura are the poster rivalry of the franchise. In an attempt to defeat the lord who is seeking to conquer Japan, Imagawa Yoshimoto, Masamune comes face to face with the man who will become the biggest obstacle in his dreams of becoming the ruler of Japan, Oda Nobunaga, the most obviously evil warlord of them all, who has already claimed the head of Yoshimoto and is on his way to conquering all of Japan. Thus begins Masamune's ambition to end Nobunaga, and Yukimura's drive to become a great warrior and understand the drive that Masamune has. Along the way, the vagabond samurai Maeda Keiji becomes enthralled with the both of them, and strives to assist them both to help make Japan a land of peace and parties. Keiji proves to be the most likable character in the series for me, as no matter where he goes or who he encounters, he can somehow get everyone to stop and listen to his rants, whatever the situation may be. Historical accuracies and inaccuracies aside, the story is well paced and goes through its cast of characters at a pace that doesn't overwhelm newcomers to the series. And with the characters' distinct designs, it's easy to remember who is who, even if it's just by their looks, or possibly by their weapons. If you somehow don't remember who Masamune is by appearance, you will certainly remember he wields not one, not two, not even three, but 6 katanas. The absolute madman. The Sengoku Basara series is all about over-the-top action, and the anime shows that off very well. The choices made in the games to make the characters look badass, their movesets, outfits, and story events, are portrayed faithfully, with the result being that the same sense of ridiculous coolness in the games carries over into the show. Each character has their own very distinct identity, and again, we see those identities clearly brought through. Sengoku Basara may be kind of stupid, but it's the best kind of stupid. Awesome stupid. On top of that, the anime even helps flesh out the characters' personalities a bit more. The games have cutscenes and dialogue that give you a general sense of who the person is and how they talk to the various people on the battlefield, and it gives you a few nice quips here and there. But when you get scenes where a character is sitting and talking for an extended amount of time, or is interacting with their troops outside of battle, you get a better sense of who they are as a character. Masamune, for example, is a fairly hot-blooded biker-style samurai, who his troops think of as a big brother, and it shows in their relationship out of battle where they laugh and drink a lot. By the way, this is the second instance on the ProGent show of a character voiced by Norio Wakamoto. Recognize the voice? Well, let me give you a hint.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Fine, thank you.
He's one of my favorite voice actors, as every role he's in is always either over-the-top evil or just purely ridiculous. Occasionally both at the same time. Although it's not exactly a perfectly accurate representation of Japanese history, Season 1 of Sengoku Basara Samurai Kings is a great way to spend a night watching anime. It's entertaining, humorous, has a lot of heart, and will keep you begging for more epic fights in the Sengoku era. Who knows? Perhaps someday in the future, I'll take a look at Basara's second season. But until a new unifier comes to bring Japan under one flag, I'll be the professional gentleman, and thank you for listening. And there we go. All the guns have been put on, and now I'm ready for the party. Thanks for watching. As always, a thank you to Andy Lita for keeping me looking so fine. Check out his work in the description below. If you enjoyed the show, please click on that thumbs up over there. It helps us out a lot. If you've got suggestions for something I can review in the future, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to my channel for future content.
Love ya, boy.